Hello and welcome to this Eyes of Harmony reaction first thoughts to World Enough and Time, part 1 of the finale. Core, it was awesome.
I'm still kind of shaky, actually.
It was so good. I'm so glad that Moffat's
I have to say that was
part 1 is solid.
Yeah, I have to say that was possibly one of the creepiest Doctor Who episodes like they've ever, I think, possibly ever.
Yeah.
Just the way the lighting was, just the way that
slow conversion
played out.
Yeah, it was.
And like it kind of turned on its head on the Ancient Cybermen, because everyone made jokes about it just kind of being cloths and stuff, and well, look at the hands, it's so silly. But then you put into perspective here that it's all part of like a hospital, and there's kind of creepy experiments happening within that's happening. It makes it all the more messed up. They were creepy designs anyway, but it's like...
They've made them even more creepier, especially with the pain, and they could just turn them off. They could just turn off the volume. Like, that's awful. And then the other one was Kill Me, which was even worse. Like, yeah, that was creepy. But, I mean, okay, so the intro with the Doctor regenerating. Okay. That is where he is going to be the first Doctor. I mean, come on, that is the Antarctica.
Yeah,
that's where it's going to be, okay? And, like, his hair is so much longer there as well. So loads of time is going to pass, you know, between, I think, the end of the finale episode and him actually getting up to the TARDIS, you know, like... There's going to be a long kind of time is going to happen. I think.
Yeah.
During the finale, like, it's going to be over a long period of time. So, yeah, I think, yeah. So, I don't know why the Doctor didn't kind of recognise the cloths kind of straight away, but maybe he was in shock, because I thought the death was really well done. Like, the elevator hits ding, and then he shoots her. And then...
Yeah, no, I wasn't quite... like, we had, last week, in fact, we'd called... or like a while ago, I don't remember how long ago, but we'd called that Bill would become a Cyberman, but I wasn't quite expecting it to happen in that way.
Yeah, I was surprised that they went for the full shot through the entire body. I was expecting, you know, the laser hit her, but no actual, like, visible damage, you know, just like, oh, plasma energy kind of kill, like back in Classic Who, you know. But, yeah, that was pretty intense, and, at first, I didn't like how they cut, and it went to them talking about doing it. But then they added the scene.
It was kind of a bit weird. So we had
Yeah, but then it carried on going, and then it actually really worked it. I literally just rewatched it just now when I was getting the screen grabs, and it really worked. Especially the bench scene where he's talking about the Master, and I really, really liked that. I really did. And yeah, I liked how, you know, they could play around with lots of time passing at the bottom of a ship, at the top. I really liked that. And the pen and the sonic screwdriver was great.
Oh yeah.
That was so funny. But
took a week to move his eyebrow.
Yeah. I think one thing they should have done is Bill getting a bit more annoyed that it was taking so long. Like, she seemed pretty chill with it for some reason. She was there for 2 years and a bit before they came down. So, yeah, it was a bit...
I mean, she kind of found that she couldn't really leave because the whole testing's kind of tied to the hospital.
Yeah. No, I know why, but, you know, she seemed a bit chill with it. But, hey-ho. Razor. So, I knew it was John Sim straight away. Now, how much of a cooler... I did, because I was like, at one point when he walked out, I could just see John Sim. There was one face he pulled in particular. I just saw him. And I was like, "Yep, it's him." But I just knew it was going to be him, and I kind of wished that we hadn't have known that John Sim was going to be in the finale, because that would have been the biggest twist ever.
I think
if we hadn't have known.
Everybody's saying that. I think everybody is saying that. Like, I had a quick browse of the internet before. And like, yeah, no, it's just a store. Why are we told this?
It would have been incredible. But yeah, so I'm wondering about Fixed Parts, the audio drama. Is that being kind of written out of the canon?
Well, how did they explain it there? I don't know how far they went with it.
I don't know. I'm just gonna have a quick look, but
Because spare parts itself is set more on Mondaz.
yeah. And yeah, okay, it's basically the Doctor and Nyssa arrive on a frozen planet in a city where cybernetic implants are all that are keeping the population from death. The Doctor knows this planet too well and refuses to interfere in the events that will become the birth of the Cybermen. Well, maybe it's not the birth. Maybe he just thinks it's the birth. So I don't know. I don't know. If someone has listened to it, right below, kind of just a brief, like how it starts off. Does this episode like kind of destroy that as continuity, and this is making its own visual continuity?
In any case, this is like
I still enjoy this
so
version.
Much. Yeah,
so
definitely.
This is the only time that Moffat might have rewritten something over something, which I'm okay with because it's been so well done.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, I loved it. I loved it when they were like, "Oh, the emotions," but we've got something for that now. Look, it's his head bit, and it sits on your head, and it it was amazing, so creepy.
The whole way it kind of built up to it, like.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. I'm interested with the adding of the metal stomping, with the moving.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit.
I was a bit like, oh, I thought they were kind of silent movers, but hey ho, it's not a massive thing.
In the boots, yeah.
I'm interested because Bill cried at the end. So what is her emotion thing not really working that well? Maybe it only inhibits the pain and not the emotion.
Yeah, potentially.
I guess we'll see, but. So yeah,
might end up becoming another Yvonne, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
in Doomsday. But yeah, that was, and then John Sims reveal. Well, so-called reveal. It was still a great moment when he was talking to himself. So now that we know that he is a younger version of Missy, he is.
Yeah,
Missy is his next one.
That, yeah.
Interesting that Missy's forgotten though. So I guess we'll find out. But as we know, when a doctor meets a doctor, they usually forget about it.
Yeah. Well,
seems
that was part of the plot of Time Crash that he didn't.
Well, yeah, that's true. That was written by Moffat.
That was as well.
Because it's in the TARDIS as special levels, or you only start to remember as it's happening. Yeah, but afterwards you forget. I think that's how it works. So the 5th Doctor remembered doing it as it was happening when he was the 10th Doctor.
Yeah.
So it's like when you forget something and then you just remember in a random moment. That's what it must be like, I guess. That's what I'm guessing. But yeah, so not do too much, but it wasn't really concentrated.
No. You can kind of tell that, some episodes have been specifically more tailored with it in mind than others. You can kind of tell that they kind of didn't intend for him to be in all of these episodes.
Well, I think, I don't know. Well, the thing is Moffat would have written this towards the later on, so he would have known that Nardole was going to be there. I just don't think Nardole could take a kind of a big part in this. Now, what I'm thinking is Nardole does a huge sacrifice during this Cyberman war kind of thing. It's going to be interesting. Explosions everywhere. The next time trailer looked pretty intense. I'm still not sure about having all the new Cybermen as well.
No. It was a bit kind of. It would be nice just to have the 10 flooded ones.
The Mondasian, yeah.
Yeah.
By itself, though, this episode is bloody solid. And I mean, it's obvious that he wanted to call this episode Genesis of the Cybermen. I mean, come on. John Sim literally said it.
Yeah, outright. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Genesis the Cybermen. Oh, their designs look so good, though, for the Cybermen. Bill Potts! Oh, that was so creepy when it was saying it. Bill Potts looking for Bill Potts. Oh, they kept true to the voice. I'm so happy about that.
I do really think they wouldn't, though.
I, oh, I wasn't sure. You know, they've done stuff before where they
Well, if they're outright bringing back the design, I don't think I had any doubt they'd bring back the voice, though.
Well, no, because they started with the keyboard ones where they were kind of on the keyboard. So I was like, oh, that doesn't sound very much like it. But no,
they still had the tones.
they kept true, which I was happy about. Well, it's like the Silurians; they didn't have the same voices. But yeah, it seems.
No, but they didn't outright bring back the old design. They changed it.
Yeah, but yeah. So visually, this story was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Lighting, directing, set design, special effects, costume design. It was all top quality.
So did John Sim just stay in that mask for like several years on end in the same mask? It must be pretty hot and sweaty by the end of it.
Well, I'm guessing at times he probably took it off for a breather. But yeah, I loved it when he was like, "I love disguises. Do you still love disguises?"
Yeah,
because he
seemed really genuine throughout the episode. Like, I actually didn't quite, as I said, it didn't quite click with me that it was John Sim's master and it was John Sim in there. So, like, actually, well, I didn't quite know where they were going to take it in that regard. But
when did you realise it was him?
Pretty much when they were in the spaceship at the end. To be honest, when they started talking.
Oh right.
It's like, oh, that's probably why.
There was a bit early. There was a bit earlier on. I can't believe you missed it. There was a bit earlier on when he was talking about the ship, and she was looking at the screen, just like, "That's frozen." It's like, no, the top slow, bottom very fast, fast bottom. And he started laughing, and he almost did a master laugh, and then it did the classic master, you know, John Sim, the da 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 da. I go back and watch it, but it's really obvious at that point. I was like, yeah, it's definitely him at that point. But I'd already sussed it was him. But yeah, that it confirmed it. There's a bit of music. It's really subtle, but like I heard it, I was like, yeah, it's him. It's like he stops himself from laughing. It's a really good scene, really good moment.
Actually, there's one thing in general. Actually, generally we haven't commented much on the music for the last while, but actually the music in this episode was pretty darn
solid. Yeah,
like throughout.
Yeah, like, I'd say last episode it was pretty solid. I think actually this season it's been a step up. I think series 9 I really didn't actually hear much original, but this series I've enjoyed a lot of the tracks. Yeah, it's been quite a solid season. We're just if next episode is really solid, then this is probably my favourite Moffat series.
I think it probably already is for me.
Well, it depends if we get another Hellbent.
Well, I still think last season is still the best.
Yeah,
for me,
yeah, probably actually, yeah. But I mean, if we get one which is, you know, a more solid finale, then it will definitely smash series 9 for sure. Possibly. This one, I'd say still Heaven Sent is better than this one, but this one is still really, really, really solid.
I don't know about that, actually.
Having watched Heaven Sent today, I can still say that Heaven Sent is a bit more powerful.
For you, I mean, I'd need to think about that.
In my opinion.
But, I was impressed with how Heaven Sent, of course. Like, it was great. But, you know, just how creepy this was and just how it kind of all built up was just kind of...
It was great.
Perfect.
It was great.
But I don't know. And the way, specifically in the way it built up, it was perfect.
I mean, the pre-title sequence is just something of it on another level, really. I mean, it's obvious that's where he's gone. He's going to meet himself. He is. Yeah. That's it. The first Doctor is going to be in the Christmas special. It's happening.
And they're both going to be on their last legs, just as I predicted.
It's gonna, yeah. I mean, come on. As soon as it started, I was like, Antarctica, it's happening. TARDIS, I was like, it's going to come out and it's going to be dying. And it was true. I kind of called it, but I still loved it. Oh, God, it was It was special, that episode. That was really, really good. Really good. Really interesting. And yeah. Also, you mentioned Venusian karate.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
It did.
What did you think about the Doctor Who business? What did you think about that?
Well,
I think it was actually a pretty decent conversation, because I mean it's happened too often for the Doctor to not realise it.
Yeah, when they just kind of mention, and they have mentioned it specifically in episodes before, so it kind of makes sense. I was reading after, actually, there was a Radio Times article where Moffat was like, well, that was, yeah, what his view on that whole scene in himself was more that Missy was saying it to kind of throw him off, and it was to throw him off, and then the Doctor's kind of liked it, so he says it as he comes out the TARDIS, and that his name's actually kind of secret. Course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I didn't mind it.
I don't mind that as a piece of text. I mean, I don't. Yeah, as I said, I kind of okay with it not actually being like. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with them bringing it up, I guess.
Yeah. I just think I don't know. I'm just worried about next week, because this one was so good that it kind of has to live up. But I mean, we've got an hour next week, an hour episode, so
yes,
I guess we'll see. Will Bill come out alive?
No.
I highly doubt it. Will Nardole come out alive? I'm not sure.
Who knows?
See, he put a picture up on Instagram of the outside of the TARDIS the other day, and they're going to be
anything.
They're going to be filming the Christmas special right now. Because they had the read through about when did Blink? It was when it was Blink's anniversary, and Moffat did something. It was like, right, I'm off to do my final read through ever for Doctor Who, and that was a few weeks ago. And the read through is only a few days before you get to actual shooting it. So I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Know. I mean, it could have been any like TARDIS anywhere, to be fair, or kind of just throwing people off.
Yeah, possibly. That would be. I'm glad if he has done that just to throw people off, because it's made me. I'm still not sure what's going to happen to him. In terms of the Masters, I don't know. I want to find out where in John Sims' timeline this is. When is this? Can he still crop up? Does that mean after the end of time,
he
still actually has a load of adventures?
It has to be. Because he mentioned the Prime Minister, and of course he was dead between that, and they came back in End of Time.
Yeah, it has to be, yeah.
So it can't actually be anywhere else, unless somehow he took a trip off.
That means if they don't do the regeneration at the end of this episode from John into Michelle, that means that we can have loads more episodes with John Sim as the Master.
Yeah, we could.
That would be awesome.
I don't know if they'll do that though.
Well, I mean,
or whether or not they'll outright have a new incarnation of the Master appear at the end.
I think
because Michelle's done.
Yeah, well, for the moment, she said she'd probably come back if they ever wanted her, but like in terms
of a brief return appearance, yeah. But like in terms of her being a permanent fixture. She said, no, that's over, it's done.
Yeah.
That's what she said. So, we're going to get a new incarnation of the Master. I don't know whether or not they'll reveal it here, or whether or not they'll have... Well, no, I mean, considering she said, just so bluntly, it's done, I presume that means that they might end up regenerating Missy here.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if John Sim can have a few more stories, though, I'm not complaining, But it would just be a bit weird going, one actor, then another, and then back to the original actor. It's like if David Tennant became the Doctor again, it would just be weird.
Yeah, it would.
Or like if suddenly we had an 8th Doctor series, which would be awesome. If you want to do that route, BBC, I'm not complaining, because I like Paul McGann a lot. But yeah, I don't know. It might be a bit odd, but I don't know. I won't mind it. I'm just excited to see. I'm just not sure if they can wrap everything up in just an hour, though. But I mean, they did it solidly in this episode with just 45 minutes. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm just I don't know. I just wish they kept it to the Mondasian Cybermen.
Yeah.
But
Or if
there
they're
we
going to
go.
go with an all-out Cyberman war, perhaps make it a bit more all-out. I mean, we're missing several incarnations here.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just want to see the Tomb Cybermen again.
Well, yeah. That's only what they've shown us. They might throw in the other ones in the mix. We don't know. That would be awesome if the other designs show up.
Yeah, and compared to the Daleks, there's not so many designs.
All they have
they
to
had
do,
the same design from
they could just
Fifth
do
Doctor to
if they
Seventh
show
Doctor.
a few Tomb and a few, Earthshock ones, and then that's it. That basically fills in all the blanks. I know there's brief, small changes, but you're basically there. The invasion ones as well. Okay, they're in there as well. But
Yeah.
I mean, what's happening is the time's going slowly, so they're slowly updating and upgrading every single model. So surely they'd have to go. They couldn't just jump from the Mondasian, those first ones, to the Cybus ones,
No.
So maybe they will have a small cameo, and they're holding that one back. That would be because I mean it's obvious that they're moving up through the floors because they showed us that, and then they're in the field at one point, which was like halfway up the ship. That hinted, that floor, the level 505 or whatever it was, where the people went and then disappeared. That has got to be that where that field is, where that battle's going on. So, what did you guys think of World Enough and End? They literally just should have called it Genesis of the Cybermen. I mean,
Yeah, maybe it was a bit too obvious though. Not that
it was going to be the beginning.
The announcer beforehand said it was Cybermen anyway, so it's not like anybody who missed it already would have been surprised. But it's like, I mean, watching it on its own, you could have been tricked. You don't necessarily... And actually, that would have been a good surprise as well if they hadn't revealed that.
If I hadn't revealed that it was Mondasian Cybermen to start with, it would have been epic.
It just would have got the hints here and there as it slowly builds up.
It's because they filmed in the street, is why.
Yeah. Which... I don't know. Maybe you should have just recreated a street in the studio just to avoid that. That...
Yeah. Oh well. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be good. So yeah, comment below what you thought of Word Enough and End. What do you think is gonna happen next week? Yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to just watch it. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. I hope. And then I mean at the end they're gonna have a little teaser for the Christmas, like something which leads into it, like they had like Santa Claus back in the day, or the Runaway Bride, like when they had Donna Noble just go, what? Where am I?
Of course, they're gonna have something like that.
So hopefully the first Doctor makes a little sneaky appearance at the end. So thank you very much for listening to our first thoughts on Word Enough and End, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.